Last week, Madhan Ravichandran, a controversial YouTube journalist, released a number of videos from a sting operation he orchestrated, exposing how the YouTube news and political channels spew out biased and opinionated news for money. Now, there's a debate going on behind the reason why Madan released those videos and who is behind him. And that's not the concern for this video today. But there are two truths that we can conclude from all these videos that were released. The first is that these news channels, these news anchors, the political commentators who claimed they were neutral, that they were standing for the truth, etc., were liars. And the second is that we who watched their videos, believing it was all true and spend our lives, our emotions, investing our time into it, were losers because we wasted our time. One of the first things that struck my mind when I watched these videos from the sting operation is how much of time I spent over the past few years watching these videos and how much of emotions I invested in those videos. Most of us would have skipped our study time, our sleep, and the time we spend with our families for these videos. And now, with these videos from the sting operation revealing to us that all these videos that we watched so far were part of a orchestrated drama done for money, I count all the time I spent watching these videos as a waste of time. And so I believe some of you who had watched these videos would feel like. And if we ask the question to ourselves, have we benefited from these videos? Has it given us any personal gains? Has it given us a growth in our career? Has it improved our character? Or has it given us a good understanding of the laws of our country, or about economics, or about the policies of the government, etc.? The answer would be a no. So in short, we can safely say that we have wasted our time watching the videos of orchestrated political drama done for money. And some of you might say such videos helped you understand politics, which would affect your day-to-day lives. And this argument cannot be wholly true because these news channels often focus on the politics between the parties or within the parties, and they don't focus much on the things that matter for the public, for the people in general. For example, the Supreme Court is currently planning to legalize same-sex marriage. And if it would be legalized, it would destroy the very fundamental block of our society, which is the families. It would destroy our social fabric. It would affect our day-to-day lives. We would feel insecure in the streets, in public spaces, and even inside our homes. But again, not many news channels or YouTube channels are discussing about it. And we are made to believe that the politics between the BJP and the Congress, between ADMK and the DMK, is more important than all these things that matter for our lives in general. And friends, if you think that politics of our country must change, if you so have that earnest desire in you that there must come a time for good politics in our country, then the change must begin with us first. We have to be educated about the laws of our country. We have to be educated about the policies that the government is taking. We have to be educated about different issues. We have to be educated about the economic system which is running our country today, and about our history and about our society, if at all we can bring some change and have some influence in the politics of our country. Only when the people are educated will there be a pressure applied on the politicians to change or lose. And that will lead for the politics of our country to change in the future. But the change has to begin with us. We have to be educated in the first place. And watching YouTube videos, watching political channels will not help you gain that understanding. But you have to do your own research, in my opinion. And some of the best materials that I have found for understanding what is going on in our country is reading newspapers, because you can read certain news in detail. And further, I would suggest you to read these materials and notes that the UPSC and state PSC aspirants use for their exams, because they contain a lot of things that are not being discussed in the public, and they would give everything in detail so that we understand everything about any law, any policies, etc. So if you're really interested in understanding the governance of our country, I would suggest you to go through these things in the links that I've given below, and I assure you it will be very helpful for you. So I request you to make it a habit to go through these materials every once in a while, and more importantly, read newspaper and do your own research. Whenever some issue comes up in our country, do your own research using the internet. And my second advice to you would be, stop spending time in listening to gossip videos about politics, but instead spend time on developing yourselves, spend time with your family, in your hobbies, and also with God. Focus on your lives and not on petty party politics, which is of no use for you. So I hope your lives will change from now. And until we meet in the next video, God be with you. Thank you.